which is, the grammar. Look at your box on page 22. Look at your box on page 22. Here we have, conditional sentences with if clause. Before we start, as usual, we have, the lesson objectives. The students will be able to, use the conditional sentences, if clause, to express imaginary situations. And, they will be able to express possibility with might. Also, in a conditional sentences, we will use could, in if clause. Also, we will use could in the main clause of a conditional sentences. Then we will move to the next part of the grammar, which is about wish, using, the verb wish with the present simple and future tense. Okay, look at the examples. Here we have, yes.
Sorry for interrupting, but are you sharing
Yeah.
screen?
Yes.
Okay, I have a
Maybe.
problem. I will.
Okay, you can.
Me too.
Try to make refreshment, or you can go and back again.
Okay.
But most of you, I think it is clear to you.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay. Now, look at these examples. Who can read?
Can I?
Adnan, read the first one.
If we bought a car, we wouldn't be late again.
Good. If we bought a new car, we wouldn't be late again. The second, who can read it?
Read.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yes.
If he were taller, he would be accepted into the team.
Good. If he were taller, he would be accepted in the team. Good. Ibrahim Mansour, read the third one.
If I didn't have a headache, I would go to the party.
Good. If I didn't have a headache, I would go to the party. The last one, who can read?
Can I read?
Can I?
Adnan.
Okay. He would go to the party if he had time. If he had a time.
Good. If he had a time, yes, he would go to the party. You realize that here, after if, we had what? We have simple past. This is in the if clause, we have simple past. In the main clause, we have would or wouldn't, plus what?
Verb to be.
Verb to be, without to, sorry. Without
Verb
to.
be.
Okay. Look at the rule here. If conditional sentences here, we use it, we express imaginary situations, just to imagine. And sometimes it is what? Impossible to be achieved or to come true. Look, if plus past simple or simple past, here we have a comma, the main clause would plus what? Infinitive. This is what? We can read the note. Note.
Can I read?
Yes. Read, Anwar.
Okay. Note that with the verb to be, we use if plus I, he, she, it plus were. We use were instead of was because the sentence is in the subject.
Subjunctive mode. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who can read the next explanation here about the conditional sentences with if clause, the imaginary situations? Read, Diya.
Conditional sentences with if clause imaginary situations. Use conditional sentences to talk about imaginary or hypothetical situations in the present. Use the simple past in the if clause. Would is often used in the main clause.
Good. Read the example. If I found $1 million.
If I found $1 million, I would keep it. It wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it to the police.
Good. So you realize here just we imagined. So here we use the if conditional sentences with imagined, sentences. If I found $1 million, and that's, it will be impossible. If I found $1 million, I would keep it. So you realize here after if we use what? Simple past. The second we use would with, base form. I wouldn't take it to the police if I want to make negative. So here we have contractions with D, apostrophe with D, used with all subjects, I'd, you'd, he'd, etc. They would be happy if they had time to take a vacation. So this is about the first rule. This is about the first rule. Used, conditional sentences type 2. This is, type 2. To imagine or to express imaginary situations. We use the conditional sentences type 2 to express imaginary situations. Things impossible to happen. If I had a lot of money, I would go to the moon. So this is what impossible because I didn't have a lot of money. So this is the first point about, if conditional sentences with imaginary situations. Look here. Look at these examples, please. Who can read? Who can read the first one?
Can I read?
Yeah, يلا يا عدنان.
Okay. If I had extra money, I might visit Paris.
Good. If I had, extra money, we use this in the second, part with the main clause. We use might. If I had extra money, I might visit Paris. Good. Number 2. Yes, Diya.
If she studied hard, she might pass her exam.
Use might for what? For possibility. Number 3, who can read? Ibrahim or Mustafa Alloush? Mustafa.
Yes, teacher. If they played well, they might win the match.
Good. If they played well, they might win the match. They might, maybe. Good. We can change, the order of the sentences. We start with the main clause, then the if clause. He might go to the party
But
if he had time.
we delete the comma.
Yes, we have to remove the comma. Good. Thank you. Look here. Look. Sorry. If conditional sentences expresses, possibility. Look here. If plus, the simple past, comma, might, and, the infinitive or the base form. Look at the
So
example.
we will solve the homework together.
What?
We will solve the homework together.
Yes. Okay, who can read the explanation here about the conditional sentences?
Can I?
Let me choose. Where are you? Ali Hidan, are you here? Ali, are you here? Hamza Sabagh.
Teacher.
Yes, I'm here, teacher.
Ali, يلا يا Ali. Read about the conditional sentences.
Which one, teacher?
Here in the screen. Here. Conditional sentences with might and could.
Might can replace would in conditional sentence to express possibility.
Read the example, please.
If I have extra money, I might take a vacation to Hawaii.
Vacation to Hawaii. Good. you realize that might can replace would if you want to express possibility. If I had extra money, I might maybe take a vacation to Hawaii. Good. Now look at the examples here. Okay, read the first one. Anwar?
Can I read?
Yes, Anwar, read the first.
Okay. If we could buy anything, we'd get a sailboat.
Good. Adnan, read the second.
If I could visit any city, I would go to London.
Good. Diya?
If I had more energy, I could run farther.
Good. Now, Hamza, read the last one, please, if you see it.
Me?
Yeah.
If I had more
Fourth.
money, I could buy a new car.
Good. If I had more money, I could buy a car. Look here, you know, at the rule. We use the if, you know, the conditional sentences to express what? Ability. If plus the simple could plus, you know, comma. The second part or the main clause will be what? Would plus the infinitive. If you could come early, we would go to the park. Look at the examples or the explanation. Who can read the explanation? Nuruddin. Are you here, Nuruddin?
Yes.
Read explanation. Can or could can be what?
Could can be used in the if clause. It
Good.
means if someone were able to.
Good.
Complete?
Yes.
If I could travel anywhere, I'd go to
Tahiti. Good.
To Tahiti.
Good. Could can be used in the if clause, which means what? If someone were able to. If I could travel anywhere, I would go to Tahiti. Could also can be used in the main clause. It means would be able to. If we had more time, we could play another game of tense. You realize here the if conditional sentences refers to the ability. If we had more time, you realize here we use could with the main clause. We could play another game. It means would be able to. We would be able to. Okay. Could again can be used with if clause, which means, you know, someone were able to. We were able to do something. If I could travel anywhere, I would go to Tahiti. Okay. Okay, look at your workbook quickly, just here. Do it quickly. Complete the story with the correct form of the verbs. If John, so lazy.
Can I
You
answer?
can do it. Yes, Anwar.
If John wouldn't be so lazy, he would probably.
Wouldn't.
Yes, wouldn't.
Because, you know, the second part would be what? Would be. So he probably would be a better friend. More specifically, if his friends. Adnan?
More specifically, if his friends ask him to help with something, help them with something, maybe he.
Maybe, yes, he.
Okay, complete. Maybe he wouldn't answer with an excuse.
Good, thank you. The second, you know, paragraph, John's a truck. Who can do it? Diya.
His favorite excuse, his favorite excuse is if I don't have or didn't have.
Didn't have. Here, always we have to use the simple past, because here we have what? Conditional type 2. At this tomorrow, I definitely would help. Good. If I didn't have a test tomorrow, I definitely would help you. I what? Would believe him. Yes. Yes, Abdullah.
Do number 6.
Number 7 and number 8. Read them.
Okay. Believe. it will be would believe him if he didn't say that while talking on his cell phone the whole time.
Good. So I
So
believe here it would be what? I would believe him if he didn't say this while, talking on his cell phone the whole time. So this is about, the first part of our lesson today. Let's move to the, the verb wish. Look at the examples. Look at the examples. Who can read the example? First one, Adnan, read.
I wish I lived in an exciting town.
Good. I wish I lived in an exciting town. Now, what is the real? What is the truth about, this sentence?
He doesn't live in an exciting town.
He doesn't live in an exciting town. I don't live in an exciting town. So if I want to wish, I have to use the simple past. I wish I lived in an exciting town. Okay, now you realize the sentence or the imagined sentence is in the past here. We use in the past, and it is what? Affirmative. Who can read the second sentence?
Can I read?
Ahmed Al-Hurani.
Yes, mister.
Read the second.
I wish I didn't feel guilty.
Good. I wish I didn't feel guilty. Now, what is the truth about, the sentence? The reality. He felt guilty. Good.
He felt guilty.
He felt guilty, so he wishes he didn't feel guilty. Next, who can read?
Can I?
Mazen, read the third.
I wish Ali called
Visit me. Good. I wish Ali could visit me. Good, thank you. Now, what about the third?
I will read.
Yes, read.
Okay. I wish he would answer the phone.
Good. I wish he would answer the phone, but in real, he didn't answer. Good, thank you. So look at the explanation. We use the subject, then wish, the verb, then the subject, the same subject, or we can change it. Then what? The infinitive, the past simple. Look at the example. I wish I played the match. This is what I wish. In real, I didn't play the match. Who can read the explanation here?
Can I read?
Adnan.
Okay. When the original sentence reality is affirmative, you must change it in the negative form and vice versa.
Good. As we said before, when the original sentence is affirmative reality, you must change it in the negative form if you want to use wish. Look at the example. I don't have much time. This is what? The reality.
Reality, negative.
Yes, it is negative. So if you want to wish, you have to use what? The affirmative. Yes, and we have to use simple past. I wish, as we said here, subject, wish, subject, then the past tense. I wish I had more time. But in reality, I don't have much time. Look at the reality sentence here. The reals. I have to study today. You realize that it is what? Affirmative. If you want to change into what you use wish, I wish I didn't have to study. So it must be what? Negative. Must be negative. I'm not rich. I wish I was or were rich. Okay, we can use both here. I'm not rich. This is the reality. I wish I were rich. I cannot go to the mall. This is the reality. I wish I could go to the mall. So here must be what? Affirmative, because the reality is negative. He will not lend me his car. This is in the future, refers to future. I wish he would lend me his car. Note here, was is usually used in informal spoken English with I. I wish I was a millionaire. But we, you know, it is better to use were. I wish I were a millionaire. Okay. I don't visit Paris. Who can use wish? Use wish. Yes, Adnan.
Okay. I wish I live in Paris, or I lived.
I lived. Good. I visited Paris. Good. Thank you. I go to the desert. Anwar. Anwar.
Yes, teacher. I was just gonna. Okay. I go to the desert. I wish if I went to the desert.
Good. I wish I
went to the desert.
Okay. They didn't go to the desert. Here, you know, present simple, and you know, it is affirmative. So if you want to use wish, we have to use simple past and negative. I go to the desert. This is, you know, the real or reality. I wish I didn't go to the desert. Good. Okay. I think here we have here. Let's do the exercise together.
Can I answer?
1 minute, please.